if you are new to my channel, my name is Mary-Lottie, and I am just about to go and start my Disney College program in Walt Disney World on January 28th. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and get started with today's topic, which is going to be what you can do before you apply for the Disney College program to prepare. And that can mean anywhere from a few years before you want to apply to do the program to a few days before applications come out. Okay, so for starters, if you are watching my videos and you are a little bit younger, like maybe you're still in middle school or junior high or high school, or maybe you just started college and you are just hearing about the Disney College program and you're thinking that that's something you would like to do someday, then I do have a couple pieces of advice for you that I think are really useful for while you are waiting to do your program here in a couple years. Of course, all of these things that I'm going to be mentioning today are totally optional. You don't have to do all of these things, but I just know whenever I was considering applying for the program and it wasn't quite the right time, I really wondered what I could do to prepare or to help myself out, my future self out, by doing anything I could to give myself a better chance of doing the program. So the first thing that I would say would be really great to do while you are in the process of waiting to do your Disney College program or to apply for the Disney College program is to consider possibly getting maybe some sort of like summer job or a part-time job. Just to help start building your resume and have some experience. That's one of the main things I believe that Disney looks at as far as your application goes, and also during your phone interview they're going to ask you about work experience. So I think that just having, even if it's just something, you know, as simple as working at an ice cream shop or being a checker at a grocery store during the summertime when you're not in school, or maybe on the weekends or something, can be really helpful to start kind of getting a resume together and to have some work experience for the future, because you never know what might happen. So another thing that you might consider doing is, if there is something in particular that you're wanting to do at Disney, maybe you want to be a character performer, or maybe you want to work at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique like I'm going to, or PhotoPass or something like that, one of the roles that requires like a little bit more kind of experience in that particular field, I would recommend maybe considering taking some sort of class in that particular field. For example, if you are wanting to do PhotoPass, maybe as one of your you know, extracurricular activities or one of your electives during college, you could consider taking a photography class, just so you can have some knowledge to start learning about that, so that you can again also mention that in your application and in your interview for the Disney College program. I know this seems like a lot of preparation building up to the program, but you just never know. Every little thing helps when it comes to applying, because it is a very it is a very competitive program, and so you never know. Just having that little bit of extra experience might really make a difference in whether you get that dream role or not. And another thing that you can do while you are waiting for your Disney College program is to enjoy watching the other vloggers that are going to be doing the program before you. That's what I did for 3 years while I waited until it was my turn to do the program, and it's just so fun watching other people and seeing what their experience was with the program, learning from things that they wish they would have done differently, just to help prepare you to have the best program that you can have. Plus, it's super fun to watch other people and live vicariously through them when it's just not quite time for you to do your program yet. So those are all things that you can do anywhere from years before you can do the Disney College program up to just the months before you do the program. Once it starts getting closer to time to actually be doing your program, it can be a really good idea to go ahead and type up a resume and just have that ready to go. You don't have to attach a resume to your application for the Disney College program, but I went ahead and attached a resume on mine just because I felt like it looked more polished and it looked more professional. I think it gives the appearance that you are really serious about the program, and the application itself with all of your work history and your information and your school information it pretty much is a resume in itself, and I know that, but I just felt like having that, you know, just PDF of my resume attached with my application just made it look like I was just that much more serious about the program. But again, that's totally optional, and there are so many people who get accepted into the program who don't do a resume at all. But that's just a tip that I feel like maybe helped my application get noticed. I don't really know, but that's just an option, something for you to consider. If you haven't ever made a resume before, there are a lot of examples online that you can look at, or also on Word. They also have like templates for resumes that you just have to type in your info. So it's super easy to make one, and you can always just Google it if you aren't sure, but it's always just great to have a resume on file just in case any other opportunities come up for you, but also just to have it on hand for maybe attaching it to your application. So the next thing that I would recommend doing is right before the applications come out for the Disney College program, they will come out on a particular day. It's usually going to be in late January and then again in late August. It only is open for a couple of months, and then the applications will close again. And so that's just twice a year that you can apply. So keeping that in mind, there is something that I would recommend doing right before you go into your application. Once you are like a few days or maybe a couple weeks out from when applications are expected to come out, it can be super helpful. You can actually go online to the Disney College Program website, and you can go ahead and set up your profile ahead of time. So that means that you're going to have your profile set up to where when applications come out, you can just go right into your profile and start the application immediately. So rather than logging in and then, or rather going on the website, making a login, making a profile with all your work history and your information, it would already be done, so that once the applications come out, you just go right in and start on the application right away. I just find that this makes the day of applications coming out or the week of applications coming out a lot less stressful, and you can just feel a lot more at ease knowing that you already have your profile looking good, so that you can just go right into your application. Another thing that I have no idea if this really makes a difference, but something that I did was on my profile, I went ahead and added like a nice headshot in the profile picture. You don't have to do this, you can leave it blank, and a lot of people do, but I don't know, I just thought it would be nice to give my recruiter a face to go with the name. Maybe they don't even look at it, I have no idea, but I just thought, again, with the resume and like the profile picture and stuff, I don't know, I just thought it looked a little bit more polished, and maybe it made my application stand out, or maybe it didn't at all, I have no idea. With all of this being said, I just want to let you guys know I do not work for Disney Recruiting. I have no idea how they actually go through this process and pick applicants to send through the next round or anything like that. This is just stuff that I have seen from listening to what other people have said and other people's experience, including my experience. So by no means does this mean like all these tips are the ticket into the DCP or anything. I just wanted to throw out some information that I hadn't seen on a lot of other videos, just in the hopes that it would help somebody else out. But I just want you guys to know I don't think that I know everything or anything like that. I just want to help you guys out as best as I can. So another thing you can do as you are preparing to fill out your application and everything in the days leading up to that, you can start to check out some of the roles that the DCP offers and kind of get a feel for what that role would look like from a day-to-day basis, and decide how you feel about that role, if you would want to do that role or if you just for sure would not want to do it at all. Kind of get a feel for how you feel about each one, and also have a pretty decent understanding of what each role is, just because on the application you are going to be asked to put your interest or how much interest you have in each role, and then also on your phone interview, if you get through to the phone interview, they do ask you about a lot of different roles, and you don't want to be caught completely confused when they ask you about one role and they ask you a question and you're just completely in the dark about what that role even is. So it's just a good idea to have a pretty good grasp on what all the roles are and what they kind of look like, just so you can be prepared in case they ask you about it. The last tip that I have for you guys is one that I'm sure you've heard from many other people. So you may want to consider also going ahead and joining a Facebook group. and they have these Facebook groups for each of the different terms, and they make them pretty far ahead of time. I think usually anywhere from like 1 to 2 years ahead of time they have groups for spring 2019 or fall 2020. I don't even know how far ahead they go, but if you go ahead and get one of those groups, you can start to make friends and have someone to go through the journey with. The application process can be so nerve-wracking and confusing, and it's also really exciting, but it makes it so much more fun when you have friends to talk to about it because they understand what you're going through, whereas a lot of the people in your life don't really know what it's like and why you're so excited about it. So I would totally recommend going on the Facebook pages. They can be a little bit dangerous as far as some drama and stuff tends to break out on the pages, but I loved going on the page. I met so many amazing friends there. Actually, I feel like I'm almost going home in a way by moving to Disney because I feel like I have so many friends there that I'm so excited to get to spend time with, and that would not have happened had I not been on the Facebook page. So definitely join the Facebook page, have fun with it, be careful at the same time, but it is just an awesome outlet to get to meet people and go through that process with them. But that being said, it can be really hard when you're not moving forward in your application but other people are, so you just kind of have to feel for that yourself and decide, you know, if that's something you're comfortable with. And some people don't like to join the group until after they're accepted, and that's okay too. But either way, I would totally recommend getting in a Facebook group because it's so fun to get connected with other people who are applying. And you guys, that is it for this particular video. Again, these were just tips to help you pass the time and prepare for your Disney College program, whether that's in 5 years from now or if it's in 5 days from now. Anytime is a great time to start preparing, and that sounds like something a teacher would say, like, anytime's a great time to prepare. But seriously, just the whole process is so fun, and I just encourage you to really have fun with it. And you know what, if you don't move forward the first time, just try the next season, the next term, and just keep trying because it is so worth it. And I really do firmly believe that for everyone who applies, there is going to be a time that comes that is going to be perfect for you to do your Disney College program. So just keep at it. And if you're a lot younger watching this and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have another, 5-6 years before I can do the program, I just want to say that keep that goal, put that on your bucket list, and just keep that in your vision for your future, and just keep working towards that. And whenever the time comes, it is going to be the right thing for you, and I hope that you just stay motivated to do the program because it is so worth it, and it is so worth the wait. So I wish everyone the best of luck if you are going to be applying for this next round of applications. I wish you the very best of luck, and if you have any questions at all, please message me. I'm so happy to talk to you guys about it. And stay tuned, I'm going to be putting up 2 more videos here in the next few days. One video is going to be talking about my tips for how I think you can give yourself a better shot at getting the exact role that you want on your program, and what you can tell your recruiter to try to get the role that you want. And then the other video is going to be a little bit more specific to my experience in how I got my role as a fairy godmother in training at Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique. I've gotten so many questions, and there is really not a lot of info out there on YouTube from people talking about their interview experience with Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique. So I wanted to go ahead and make a more specific video about that, and kind of, at least in my opinion, how you can give yourself a better chance at becoming a fairy godmother in training. So I know these videos might seem a little repetitive or specific, but it's just because I know people search for specific things on YouTube. I wanted to get this information out to you guys without making it a 45-minute long video. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, and I will see you guys in my next video.